So we come to wheel alignment here. So I'm from Finland.
Volkswagen VW Syncro.
I am Sami and I want to be overlander. It is my ego. So, welcome back to Wanna Be Overlander YouTube channel. And now my van test drive is done and the wheel alignments is done. We first make a mistake because the aligning machine program didn't have a 𝐓𝐘𝐒 until the 96 and forward. We found there 𝐵𝐷1 from 92 to 96 and where was the correct wheel alignment measures. So now it's done and I make a short test drive and it feels good. Now I have a little bit few things to do before I can go to make an annual inspection to this van. So then it's in drivable condition. I have just a couple of hours time, then I have to rush inspection. So I'm going to do what I can. I have my belts here, safety belts, and pollen filter. I'm going to put those. Perhaps I don't have time to install engine Sump-guard. So my engine could get a little bit dirty in this trip, but what can I do? Now I don't have time to cut the bullshit. About 80 now and not so big engine noise. I don't have all carpets and anything here, but a little bit road noise come from empty cargo space, but no anything vibration, anything feels nice and car travels straight. And I think we should be able to get the inspection done today. And let's see when we have driven a few tens of kilometers, perhaps 50 kilometers today. So it's good for the breakdown drive for the engine.
No niin, ja pidetään kierroksia ylhäällä. Painakaa nyt sitä kaasua, se on se oikeanpuoleinen pedaali.
The annual inspection is done and I'm heading back to home garage and I'm going to have a little bit of vacation from building my van. I have a few things to do, like an engine Sump-guard and clear my garage and something like that, and then I have a vacation, but I'm waiting to be able to go traveling again. But the next spring, I'm sure I could have some traveling with this van already. We have a test drive now, 60 kilometers, and it went quite well. I need to check that one fuel pipe from fuel line, second cylinder, but now we'll check the engine oil. Does it eat it or what happens here? Drops perhaps a couple of millimeters. I think it's normal when it's an overhauled engine. And the coolant level drops from the, I feel it before, to the half. I could feel it a little bit more. I think the last air went off from the system, so I put a little bit coolant there. I'm going to install a Sump-guard and see how it fits. Let's take the car up. This is my G-part Sump-guard. Put splash shield or what you call it, but this is 3 mm thick, so this is the heaviest one which is available in internet. And the parts stainless steel bolts in here, and then take this left side panel. So I put some wood blocks. Let's see how is this possible to fit here. This is so huge. Yeah, it's okay now. Now it's start to going on the place. I see one thing. Why this coming to very down? I would say this needs lots of ground clearance. I saw you inside there. There is lots of space under the engine. So here you could see better. There is perhaps 10 centimeter empty. Even under the banana bracket have lots of space. So perhaps this need to modificate. I'm not sure yet, but let's anyway test fitting it and see. Because if the angle is different, these rubbers should perhaps touch to the subframe, but they don't. So I show you, this one was leaking when I drive. So I need to take off this hose and try to tightening those. You see it's oil is here, it sprays somewhere in this area and then drop all the way down to the oil pan. So let's check, do I have a place to tightening those onions. I'm going to, yeah, I could fit this moment torque wrench here. Let's check how tight it is. Now it's 25, so it was not, I think I should take it off once and then retightening it. I'm going to check another onions as well. They are not 25 because I'm scared to tightening these before earlier, so I need to recheck all these onions. I could check. Yeah, I think I need to take off those hoses and check all those connections. So right now I don't see any leaking here. I don't want to wreck this new freshly built engine too much, so especially when it's cold. The leak, it was not the fuel line, it's from the under pressure pump. So I put the masking tape and a little bit some paper there, so now it's not spray oil. So that's still leaking. And we get the fan running, and our thermometer show 54 degrees. Fan start to working. We get the cooler warm. So everything seems to be working, running nice. So I need to take off this pump and put perhaps some kind of sealer cement to the gasket, because it's otherwise I could not get it stop leaking. You remember I broken one leg already with too thick seal. Before I try to seal that vacuum pump, I'm going to check a little bit what I can do for this Sump-guard. So I think I'm going to cut open this section so I could bend this angle more straight, so I could lift this end. It should go up perhaps 5 centimeters or more, and I can also check if I lift it all everywhere up, do I have any issues somewhere. So the first bolt cut, and just bolted once. So these stainless steel bolts are worst nightmare if you're in a desert somewhere and you need to unbolt your Sump-guard, and you need to start to drilling bolts somewhere -10 degrees and windy area. So these stainless steel bolts definitely not goes back to my Sump-guard.
So now the vacuum pump is on the place, and as you see there is a little bit silicone coming off, so it was leaking near of the bolt. I think now it should be fine. I hope the silicone don't get into the pump, but I just put it outside of the rubber seal. It should be fine now. So let's see, I cut this open both sides and jumping over this, so bend more straight now. Now I could install this back to the vehicle and see how it start to going together, or is it. So this is much closer to the truth. If this rubber be short with the subframe, it's much higher here, and then we have a banana bracket. Oh, could not see. There is now tiny gap with that. That's the lowest part of the engine. So this area is actually now quite nice, but I want this front part a little bit higher, this angle together. So I need to, it's not much, but if I could lift this up a little bit. Next thing is my power steering pump belt sprocket. So I'm going to cut open here, this section, and then I need to patching this with some kind of scoop. It looks like why it is so low. And then when I have that modification done, then I could cut here off this excessive material, make a new slots, new holes. It needs a little bit work, but I think then it's much better. So now I'm quite happy for this position. It's much higher now from the front, and you see how much I could cut out here excessive sheet metal, and I need to make here some kind of cover. I don't have a stainless steel wire in my welding machine, so I need to paint in this. So now it's welded, and I'm going to paint this area and those joints. So my Sump-guard is ready. 10mm mounting bolts to the rear, and these are stainless steel bolts. I'm gonna change them, replace them with this regular 8.8 grade bolts, so I'm able to open these bolts later. So I drilled a couple of holes here for draining water out here. This is not so nice inside, but I think it's going to do the job. There is a little bit slope to coming off from here, so the sand or something should come off from here. But anyway, that should be, keep an eye. And I'm going to glue here some rubber piece, so it's against with the subframe with the rubber, so it's not eating off the peel of the color. And I just paint the black those weldings. Let's try to install this final time. So grab it like this, then sliding it and put the rear bolts, and then wood block under here, one corner bolt, then you could lift it to another, and then just to put the rest of the bolts slot. Is it fine? I'm not sure, do you be able to see? I think there is plenty of place. I think
Now there is enough play. There is several centimeters. The outer cap is perhaps a couple of centimeters, but I think that's fine. So I'm already tightening another side, and now driver's side, left side. Because you cannot tightening sheet metal against the sheet metal, so unless I don't want to bend the sheet metal. And the front end I tightening first, so the rear end just follows together. And there is a tiny cap with this rubber to subframe, so when something pushes from down here, it's good to have a little bit play there. I'm going tightening all bolts there, and then we take this car down from the lift and see what it looks like. So when this body sealant is drying between the rubber and the sump guard, perhaps I'm going to open these bolts and put the one nut here in this side, so I can locking it together with this sump guard, so the bolts are not loose, are not drop, because I cannot tighten it properly. And I put some cardboard there for holding the rubber in the place. Body sealant have time to cure. It's okay now. I'm pretty happy. So I put the one bolt both sides with the washer and nut in down here, so I have a little bit connection with the bumper and this. And this is excessive material which I cut off from here. So the ground clearance is about 20 centimeter. This my measure is 5 centimeter, and I could see the 15 there. And when I get the bigger tires, I have about 22.5 centimeter ground clearance. Now we check, do we have an oil leak, and still not oil leak. So I need to keep it running hot, so I could be sure. I give you a look about the front end. Of course it's still in service position, but you could see the Sump-guard. Okay, it took me about 2 years to complete this rebuild, and it's only technically, functionally and ready now. I have now 60 kilometers test drive under it, and seems to be I managed to avoid most of the oil leaks, and it's now clean engine, running, working, technically all rebuilt, gearbox, bevel box, rear diff and drive trains, etc. And the body is done with all rust repairs, new windshields. Everything is technically very good functional condition right now, so I'm quite happy with this. But it took really 2 years when I dropped the engine, the first video of this series. So I'm going to have a little bit break now, and going to find from the internet camper stuff inside to the van, rock and roll bed and the kitchen and the closet and something like that. I see they sell in the UK, but if I could find from Europe, I don't need to pay for the taxes. But let's see what happens. And when I have done with my break, I hope I have a little bit parts already for me, and then I'm continue to camperize this van. I have still something minor things to do, but meantime the van is in drivable condition, so I not need to hurry about those. I don't know when this video comes out, but next summer I hope I could have some test drives in Finland before I go to world tour with this. So I hope you guys like to see how to rebuild my van, and this is the first T4 I never had, and I learned everything with you guys. I read from internet, Facebook, forums in internet how to rebuild anything. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you don't done yet, and I hope we could go to traveling soon. There is the whole world waiting me and this van. So thank you, see you later.
Thank you for watching, and see you in next episode.